started for the first ever Ad Shoppers Live, Instagram Live special. I don't know, we're still figuring out. Like I said, it's the first one. So here's how this is going to work. Here's what we're gonna do. Right here, I have your questions that you submitted, and I will run through these one at a time and answer them each in its own Instagram story. All right, a couple housekeeping notes before I dive into the first question here. One, for those of you that aren't all that familiar with Instagram, you can replay each Instagram story in case you want to rewatch one. Two, you will get the recording with all of these just in case you miss everything. And three, some of these questions are probably going to take multiple Instagram stories to answer. So just so you know. All right, ready to get started. All right, first question from Nori. Thank you for the question. What would be the top 5 things to focus and prioritize on when optimizing your website? Good question. All right, thing number 1, definitely the biggest one is going to be customer interviews. Talk to your customers, talk to your potential customers, aka people that didn't buy, figure out why they bought from you and why they didn't buy from you. All right, thing number 2 for the first question about optimizing your website, make sure you nail the basics. Have somebody who's never shopped on your site try to buy something and see what problems they run into. Thing number 3 is something that you're tired of hearing but is still relevant regardless, mobile, everything. Make sure your site works on mobile, make sure it's fast on mobile, make sure you can buy on mobile, make sure it's optimized to shop on mobile and buy on desktop, and everything mobile. All right, thing number 4 is all of the things like your images, the presentation on your website, what does it look like, your branding, your pricing, how does it compare to the competition, who is the competition, why should people choose you over the competition, figure out. All right, so thing number 5 is the offers. Make sure you are optimizing the offers on your website. So do you offer free shipping? When do you offer free shipping? Do you have abandonment offers, entry offers? Do you offer coupon codes over an email? What is your offer? All right, question number 2 from Andre is how to get the most out of special offers. All right, the first part of my answer to this question is something that we constantly harp on here at Ad Shoppers, and that is to make sure your offers are gated behind something like an email capture, social login, social share, or anything like that. All right, part B to getting the most out of special offers is to blast your offers everywhere, especially for things like refer a friend that need lots of promotion in order to really take off. And the third part of my answer to getting the most out of special offers is to don't forget to run exclusive offers for customers only. They're your most valuable segment, so don't forget them. All right, next question from Saad. What is the average cost per purchase from Facebook and average click-through rate on product pages? And Saad, I've got your answer for you right here. We did some research, and the average Facebook AOV is $145.78, and the average click-through rate is 1.5%. All right, question number 4 from Brian, a very good question indeed. Is mobile conversion increasing, and if so, what is influencing this? All right, so the first part of my answer to this is not going to be super helpful, but that is the truth, and that is it's inconclusive. We've seen data that suggests mobile conversion rates are increasing, and also data that suggests it isn't. However, a couple things I wanted to point out to add to that. So there's always the natural factors that we all know about as far as why mobile conversions are lower. Slower load time, smaller screen, it's harder to navigate, so it's more cumbersome to complete a purchase. So those natural factors mean that most of us have basically trained ourselves to use our smartphones only for browsing and our desktops only for buying. So that's why I think mobile conversion rates are going to remain low. So even though all of those factors get better, load times are going to quicken up on mobile, device sizes are increasing, they're much more easier to use, sites are easier to use, I think it's going to get a little bit better, but not a lot, because we're still going to prefer purchasing on desktop. Water break. All right, question number 5 from Blake, how to gain authentic followers? And I'm just going to keep this focused to Instagram. All right, number 1 is going to be to advertise, obviously. Number 2 is going to be ask people to follow you on your site. So you could do something like follow us on Instagram and get a coupon. Number 3 would be to email people on your list. And when you email people to ask them to follow you on Instagram, you can either do a one-time blast to get started, or you can build it into your welcome series. And way number 4 is to do partner promotions with Instagram influencers. All right, this question also has another question, how to monetize an Instagram account. All right, so 3 things here. Number 1, build your audience, doing the things we just talked about. Number 2, post consistently, non-promotionally. And number 3, every so often, start to mix in promotional posting. All right, part number 3 to this question is how to become a verified account. The answer to that is you cannot unless you're really big. All right, question number 6 from Scott. Which elements of the e-commerce user experience contribute the most to revenue per visit? All right, to answer this question, I'm just going to offer up a couple things to think about as far as the revenue per visitor. All right, thing number 1 is, did this person come from a friend or trusted party? Was there some kind of introduction or recommendation? Thing number 2 is, how long does it take someone to find what they're looking for on your site once they finally make it there? Thing number 3 are, what are the offers that you have running? Do you have compelling reasons or promotions that drive people to complete a purchase on your site? Thing number 4 is, how do you compare to the competition? Do most people buy from you, or do most people buy from competitors in your market? Thing number 5 is, how seamless and easy is your checkout process? Do you tend to see a lot of checkout abandonment? And finally, thing number 6 is, how engaging is your site? Is it boring? What kind of content do you have on the site, like videos to engage your visitors once they arrive on the site so they spend more time and convert higher? All right, last question, number 7 from Connor. How should my content differ on Instagram versus Facebook? Part number 1 to my answer is, your content strategy should preclude specific differences per network. So figure out your brand strategy first, then adapt it to the network rather than working the other way around. However, going back to the original question, for Instagram, obviously, imagery is number 1. So everything needs to be built around the image, and everything else doesn't really matter too much. And for Facebook, everything is much more complex. You need to worry about keyword filters. Should you pay to boost your posts? How can you maximize likes and shares to maximize reach? All those things you need to worry about on Facebook. So it's much more complicated. All right, so those are all the questions that we had. If you have anything else, tweet us at @ShoppersLive with your question, and we'll get to those. And now we'll go into some 2017 trends that we're going to talk about, and then we'll come back and answer any remaining questions. All right, the first trend for 2017 that I want to talk about is video marketing. And what I'm going to do here on the next story is I'm going to show you a really cool client example of how they integrated video. So Pure Cosmetics, one of our clients, integrated video into their shopper portal solution, showing off their holiday 2016 collection with links to the product pages that you can buy down below. Savannah Bee, another one of our clients, uses a video on their homepage that pops up to introduce you to their brand.
So everything that we do is vanity.
A couple other ways that smart brands are going to be using video in 2017, so things like Instagram Live, Instagram Stories like we're doing right now, Facebook Live, Snapchat, YouTube Live, and things like that to engage their audience. All right, question that just came in, how important is Instagram if our main target are housewives and young married couples? So for that, it probably varies a little bit based on what exactly you sell, but there are tons of housewives and tons of young married couples on Instagram, so averaging it all out, I would say it's very important. All right, trend number 2 for 2017 that I want to talk about is AI, as in artificial intelligence. We're going to see a lot more of this coming in 2017. So already companies like the North Face have an AI tool, and also one that we like a little bit here, better at Ad Shoppers, from Helix Sleep. They have this questionnaire that also incorporates machine learning and AI to help you find the match. All right, you can see one example of artificial, as far as e-commerce goes in the wild already at the North Face's website. They have a jacket shopping tool that uses AI to help you find the best jacket. All right, speaking of AI, I thought I'd show you guys something really cool that's coming on our platform in 2017 called Auto Personalization that is built on top of machine learning. So with Auto Personalization, you can load up all of the offers, the experiences, and the audiences that you want to target in the back end, and the platform automatically optimizes for highest average revenue per visitor. All right, trend number 3 for 2017 is usability, especially mobile usability and intrusive interstitials. So this announcement by Google back in August of 2016 is something that we have talked about a lot here at AdShoppers, where they're penalizing what they call mobile interstitials. So with this change, which happened in early January, while it hasn't been completely catastrophic, the trend is still there. Its usability is number 1. So whenever you're optimizing your site in 2017, it's going to become more and more important the actual on-site experience that a visitor that lands on your website has. So my final thought on this as we're working through 2017 is less pop-ups, more engagement. That concludes our first AdShoppers Live session on Instagram. Thank you for checking it out. While you're here, don't forget, if you haven't seen it yet, to check out our 2016 e-commerce benchmark report. The link is in our bio.